All right, here we go. This one's going to be a 357 Sig test. And once again, that is a huge thank you to our buddy, Mr. John G. from Texas. This is another one that he purchased for us to test. So thank you, buddy. Once again, really appreciate you, and this should definitely be a fun one. So this one is the Liberty CivilDefense. Here's what that thing looks like. It does have a huge hollow point cavity. Is a 50 grain bullet. Has your nickel plated brass and is rated at 2,300 feet per second. So we'll see how close we come today. So we are going to be testing it out of our Sig P229. That one does have that 3.9 inch barrel, and we'll be going through our gel. Those are 10% calibrated blocks. Do you have our catch block behind that? So total 22 inches of gel, our 4 layers of cotton t-shirt on the front, and like always, we'll set up our chronograph so we can hopefully pick up those impact velocities. So let's set up and see how this round does. All right, we're setting back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did on that one. All right, so it looks like our impact velocity on that one was 2,329 feet per second. So that is awesome to see. Rated was 2,300, and of course that was a little bit shorter barrel. That was, our compact. So that is awesome to see there. I will test this stuff out of a subcompact and full size soon, but that is great to see for sure. All right, so there is that entry for that one. Looks like I got a really good hit. You can see right down that cavity, pretty nasty star pattern so far. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, check that out. Pretty much textbook, exactly how these things are supposed to perform. So it looks like it came in, pretty much exploded in there. You can see those kind of shoots where those petals are kind of fragmenting off. And then it did flatline very quickly. You can see where it was kind of going through. It does not look like we made it into our second block. It actually does look like we did come out the side and then we did lose it. Of course, we are going to take our second shot. So hopefully we can catch the base then, but definitely not too bad. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here from the top. So like always, I will do our cross sections here later so we can get a little bit more accurate measurement for it. So far, let's see, we're just going to measure everything with those petals, everything. So we are right at 3.5 inches. So that's actually pretty impressive and pretty, on par and typical for what we're getting with this 357 Sig. But definitely not too bad. So let's check it out from the side. And oh yeah, pretty much same thing. Hopefully you guys are able to see that. So it looks like pretty much as soon as that thing came in, immediate expansion and explosion. Where that thing came in, you can see a ton of disruption. You can see a couple of those petals going through, and you can see about 2/3 of the way it did start to flatline. Like I said, it did come out right here towards the bottom, and we ended up losing it. But we are going to take that second shot, so hopefully we can get a little part of that base, the base of the bullet. But let's see what kind of measurement we have here. And at our widest spot, we're literally just going to measure everything, not just the majority, but where that petal came out, we are right at let's see, about 3 inches. So definitely a little bit less, actually about 3 1/8. So definitely a little bit less from the side than the top, but still pretty darn impressive, man. It's crazy. And then like I said, it did come out right there towards the bottom. And oh, you know what, it looks like we went into our table or through our table. So wife's not going to be too happy. Of course, this is a brand new table, but that's okay. So let's set up for that second shot and see how that one does. All right, we're setting back to 15 feet. right, let's see what we did on that one. All right, so it looks like impact velocity on that one was 2,319 feet per second. So once again, that is awesome to see. Super consistent, which is actually pretty surprising. And rated was 23, so you know, really good to see, especially out of that little bit shorter barrel. All right, so there's the entry for that one. Looks like got another really good hit. You can see right down in there, tearing that stuff up in a huge star pattern. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, definitely not too bad. So it looks pretty much identical to that last one. You can see that thing pretty much exploded as soon as it came in on impact. Sorry guys, hold on. Quite a few people out here today. But anyways, you can see, you know, those petals pretty much exploded on impact, came in, definitely dumping most of the energy at that first couple inches, and then you can see where it settled down, flatlined pretty quickly, and then this one actually dived down as well and went through our table. But let's see what kind of measurement we have here. So we're gonna measure everything just like we did the last one. All these petals shearing off. And it looks like we are just shy of 3.5 inches. So pretty much exactly the same as that first shot. So that is awesome to see. And those numbers, man, are really awesome to see as well. Super consistent stuff. And so here it is from the side, pretty much same thing. As soon as it came in, absolutely exploded on impact. You can see those fragments all over the place. And then it did carry, you know, a pretty good ways. So before it actually went into our table, we're about 8 3/4 inches. But you can see, you know, where it started to dive down once again. And I am as level as I could be with these shots, you know, when I take them. So, you know, we try to do the best we can, but still pretty surprising. Kind of expected, you know, some of those lighter rounds tend to veer off sometimes, but that's some real nasty stuff for sure. But anyways, let's see what kind of measurement we have here. This one definitely looks like we caught a lot more fragmentation than that last one. And our measurement here, this one is just shy of 3.5, so pretty much identical to that you know, this top view. So pretty darn good. So let's check these out one more time from the top. So the one on the right is that first shot, one on the left is that second shot. So here is that first shot. You can see that thing came in, exploded in there, dumping a ton of energy, and then did flatline very quickly. And then this one did come out, go through our table, and of course we weren't able to find that little base. It's nothing really to see, so I will look around and see if we can find them, but if not, we're just going to pull these frags right here at the end, and I'll get all our pictures that way. But pretty much same thing here, came in, exploded. You can see all that fragmentation is going everywhere. You know, pretty much picture perfect is how it's supposed to perform, so that's always good. And those, like I said, those velocities are awesome. And then this one, same thing at that 8 3/4 inch mark. It did dive down and go through that table, but pretty darn impressive. But I will look around for a second. If I can't, you know, well, like I said, I'll just pull all this stuff out at the end. All right, guys, so watch back that slow-mo. I did actually see where it ended up hitting, but, you know, we still can't find anything. So, you know, we're not going to have any of the majority of the round to show here at the end for our slow, you know, our slow or still shot, sorry. But we will have all the fragmentation, but you know, it wasn't really anything too much to see. It's literally just a flat disc that's carrying through. But once again, Mr. John, really appreciate you for purchasing this stuff, for, you know, to make this test possible. We really appreciate you. It was definitely a fun one. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. All right, so there's that cross section for that first shot. You can see the absolute destruction in there. Check that out. Like I always say, when they're moving that fast and it's a nasty SIG round, it basically looks like a rifle round. And that one was moving at rifle velocity, especially like, you know, your SBRs, those short barrels. You know, 2,300 feet per second was definitely no joke, especially for a 50 grain bullet. Check that out, though. Just some huge splits, nasty cuts. Same on this side. So I did remeasure these. They are peaking right at that 3.5 inch mark, just like they were out there. That is with those extra petals that are kind of shearing off. They're averaging right at about that 3 inch mark, though. So still quite a bit of damage for sure. So let's cut it open. All right, so here's after being cut. So this bottom is the right side and this top is the left. So you can see, man, as soon as that thing came in, probably that 1/8 to 1/16 of an inch mark, pretty much on impact, it came in and exploded. You can see the, you know, copper petals, the fragmentation going on, but it literally just came in here and blew up. You can see how much damage is going on in there. It was kind of a bummer we weren't able to get either one of those slugs. I did spend, you know, a little bit more time there trying to find them, just were not able to find the base. But you know, those pedals were pretty nasty, and that was just a nasty round. Same here on this top, came in, exploded. You can see that path going all the way through. Same here though, a little bit more fragmentation. Just check out the damage that is going on. These both did dive down a little bit. I believe probably because it was a flat base after, and it's not really aerodynamic, so it was just kind of going wherever it wanted. But man, that is some nasty stuff for sure. Let me do one more quick angle just so we can see how devastating that round actually was. And this stuff, you know, can definitely defeat 3A, which is pretty surprising as well. But check that out. Huge, huge tearing. Really tore this stuff up. Look at this side. That is insane. Super impressed with that round. We will probably test it again, you know, a couple more times. I want to catch that slug for sure, or you know, the base of that round, just to see what it's looking like. But that was very impressive. But there we go. That one was that first shot. All right, so here's that cross section for that second shot. This one's pretty much identical. You know, they were pretty much moving exactly the same velocity, and you can see, you know, really tell the amount of damage that's going on. Crazy amount of damage for sure. See those huge cuts, fragmentation all over the place. So I did remeasure these. They are literally exactly the same, peaking right at the 3.5 inch mark, and then averaging right at the 3 inch mark. So very impressive stuff. So let's cut it open. All right, and here's after being cut. So this bottom is the right side and this top is the left. So literally same, you know, same deal as the last one. On impact, that thing came in and exploded. You can see that path just opening up right there. You can see those petals kind of shearing off all over the place. Ton of fragmentation, and just check out that gel. Absolute destruction in there for sure. Like, you know, I said it already, but literally looks like a rifle round that's coming in and just tearing this stuff up. This side's pretty impressive too. So you can see as soon as it came in, that huge path going all the way through, and same thing. This one drug in a little bit of that cotton t-shirt and just literally exploded within the first probably 3 inches. You can see a little bit more fragmentation, and then, you know, where it's kind of diving down. But a pretty impressive path for sure. So we'll do one more angle like that last one, just to see what's going on, because yeah, it's super impressive. I was actually very impressed with this. I didn't think that we were going to get anywhere near advertised velocity, just because, you know, a lot of stuff doesn't get near anymore. So even out of that shorter 3.9 inch barrel was awesome. Check that out though. Just nasty, nasty tearing. This gel's pretty much barely hanging on now, especially this side. And same thing over here. Came in, it just exploded. Very, very impressive. There is a couple fragments, you know, that I was actually able to get and pull out. Like I said, we weren't actually able to get the base, but, you know, that's all right. We still got something. So once again, Mr. John, thank you so much for, you know, purchasing this ammo and making these tests possible. Really appreciate you, buddy. And once again, that one was that 357 Sig Liberty Civil Defense 50 grain going over 2,300 feet per second. Thanks again for watching, guys.